What's good, homies and homettes? On today's episode of Reflecting with Chris, I want to talk a little bit about the Tory Lanez situation. Now, I know I'm a little late to the party. I should have made my video the day he got found guilty. Probably would even got more views too, because people tend to search for people's opinions when the shit happens, not a fucking week after. But nonetheless, let's get down to the topic. I'm actually in the gym parking lot, guys, sipping on a smoothie. I'm getting ready to go to the gym. Thought I'd talk about the topic before I go in, guys. So check it out. Before we talk about it, remember my last video? We talked about DJ Twitch, and I briefly discussed number 33, which is a powerful universal number, guys. I don't know if you guys noticed. Quite a few of you guys DM'd me on Instagram. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the Vikings, about 2 weekends ago, they came back from a 33-0 deficit, which is the largest, notice, new beginnings, new records, the largest comeback in NFL history. Notice little Romeo, right? And his father are going through a back and forth. Notice Romeo is 33 years old. Notice in this Tory Lanez situation, one of the witnesses, Megan Thee Stallion's bodyguard, he actually disappeared. He chose to run. He chose not to show up to the trial. Guess how old he is? 33. This number tends to pop up a lot, especially dealing with people with high influence. So let's talk about this a little bit, man. This is my whole take on the situation, guys. I've been following Tory Lanez for a while. I've noticed he got a bit of an ego. I noticed he got a bit of a temper. Even this year, he got to an altercation with August Alsina, knowing damn well he has a trial coming up. He literally assaulted August Alsina. So the guy obviously has an ego. He obviously has a temper. Still doesn't mean he shot Megan Thee Stallion, but when it comes to these numbers, guys, I track everything, okay? With that said, guys, I personally believe that he might have done this. Notice I said might. I'm not sure if he did it or not. I personally believe that he might have done this. Keep in mind, guys, they left the party fucking in California, right? Anybody who knows about these Hollywood parties, y'all know there was probably some alcohol consumption. We talked about briefly the reason why in Islam they forbid against drinking is because spirits, that shit literally fucks with your spirit. Notice people do the stupidest shit when they're under the influence. So these parties, I'm pretty sure there was some kind of alcohol consumption, possibly even some drugs. Guys, I've been to several parties. I've been to clubs. I've been to parties in Cali. I've been to house parties in Cali. Let me tell you, a lot of shit goes down at these parties, okay? So there's no telling what they were under the influence. They could have been under the influence of alcohol. They could have been under the influence of alcohol and drugs. Who knows? And people tend to do the stupidest shit when they're under the influence, especially when disrespectful words are being said. So again, he possibly could have done this. He could have been under the influence. He could have been heated. Who knows? But based off the evidence, I personally believe it was not enough to find this man guilty. Again, he could have very well done this shit, but in the court of law, not the court of public opinion, in the court of law, you have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. You have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that this person is guilty. And it only takes one. It only takes one juror to say, hey, I don't think this guy did it. Or, hey, I do not believe enough evidence has been presented to give this guy a guilty verdict. You have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. That girl, Kelsey, she got immunity for her testimony. What the fuck do you need immunity for? You're here to testify that someone got shot. It wasn't but a few of y'all there. One of y'all did it. So the fact that she felt like she needed immunity tells me she may have done something. And then while she was giving her testimony, she pleaded the fifth. You only plead the fifth when you don't want to answer a question that can incriminate you, you know, to prevent you from telling on yourself. So those two facts alone, in my opinion, is enough to raise doubt. Again, he could have very well did this shit, but you have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he did. The gun that was used in this crime did not have his DNA on the gun, which doesn't prove he didn't do it, but still, the gun did not have his DNA on it, but it had female DNA on it. So what the fuck happened? That's enough to raise doubt. You had a female get immunity, she pled the fifth, and you have female DNA on the gun, and you don't have his DNA on the gun. That does not prove he did not do it, but that's enough to raise some kind of doubt. I've said this many times already. He could have very well done this shit. But in my opinion, there just wasn't enough evidence to say for sure, yes, I think he did this shit. I just don't. You're not supposed to give this man a guilty verdict if there's even a crumb, if there's even a pinch of doubt. And I'm gonna have to say, there is a pinch of fucking doubt, even though I think he could have done it. This is like a game, like basketball, football. There's supposed to be rules in this shit. We gotta stick to the fucking rules. There's some doubt in this case. And then one of the witnesses went into hiding. Like, come the fuck on. That's enough doubt, in my opinion. But in all honesty, guys, this should be a cautionary tale for young men out there. You know, in my opinion, he shouldn't even been in this situation anyway. Tory Lanez shouldn't even been in this fucking ratchet ass, bullshit ass situation in the first place. Apparently, the situation started, you know, Tory Lanez was fucking this girl named Kelsey, right? Now, Megan Thee Stallion is friends with Kelsey. She decided to sleep with Tory Lanez too, behind Kelsey's back. Apparently, she found out that night, and it started a big ass argument. Next thing you know, words are being exchanged between Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, between Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey. Somewhere down the line, some shots rang out. We don't know who fired the shots, right? And the rest is history. In my opinion, he shouldn't even been in this situation. Right then and there, when Kelsey found out Tory was fucking Megan as well, he should have just admitted it. Hey, yes, I'm fucking you. I'm fucking your friend. Get over it. And matter of fact, I'm fucking both of you tonight. We're all sleeping in the same fucking bed. If they ain't cool with that shit, get you an Uber and go on your separate ways. If they ain't cool with that shit and they're arguing, voices are being raised, you know, the situation's getting hot and heavy, get the fuck out the car and get you a fucking Uber. This is 2022. We have Ubers now. You ain't gotta go to a payphone or no shit. We got cell phones. You can call a friend. You can call a cab. There's no excuse to be in that situation. A wise man once told me, if you got shit to lose, act like you got shit to lose. You know, you got too much to lose out here to be involved in this nonsense. What the fuck is a gun? What the fuck is a gun being pulled out in the first place? Is he scared of Meg? I know Megan Thee Stallion is taller and bigger than Tory, but damn, bro. What the fuck are you doing with a gun in your hand anyway? Allegedly. I can understand why Kelsey would need a gun. You know? Even then, nobody needs a gun. If we're throwing hands, we're throwing fucking hands. And to be honest, shouldn't nobody be throwing hands anyway. This was a simple situation. The whole situation could have been fucking avoided. This is ridiculous. Which tells me there's a real good chance that there was some alcohol or some drugs involved or both, because the situation shouldn't even went that far. It shouldn't even went there. So there it is, guys. That's my opinion of the situation. I'll catch you guys later. Be sure to comment below and let me know what you guys think. Be sure to follow my Instagram, Reflecting with Chris Jones. If you have any topics you want me to cover, DM it to me. I would love to make a video about it. If you're into working out, we got the New Year's resolution season coming. You trying to get in shape? You trying to look good for these hoes so you can have women fighting over you like Tory Lanez? I'm your guy.